I'm probably racing for about 6 years. I used to go watch a lot of street racing as a youngster, and I loved the VVL since way back when. That first sound of lift was everything. Since then, I knew what I wanted, and that was a VVL.
What do you think about about lifts that make people go mad?
It's the tone change, it's the way that car comes alive, the thrill is just everything. I think at the time, VTECs were the car to have, and it was so common at the time. Obviously Honda being a nice car, but the VVL was a bit new to the scene, so it was something different at the time, and it was just something fresh onto the scene. It obviously has been out for a while, but it was starting to come alive on a bigger scale in Cape Town. So I know something about the VVL and the Sabre, GXI and the STI that was just really...
Did you own a Sentra or a GXI?
I owned both. I had a GXI first, 2 GXIs, and then I had a Sentra before I moved over to a full race car.
So when did you acquire the full race car?
In January of 2022, I bought this car as a shell, and from there it was history.
What was your rationale behind four-door Langley for dragster?
When I looked at the two, I always try to be different in everything that I do. So everyone was doing the Xs, which is also a very nice car. The Xer, the Nissan Xer, the two-door one. A lot of the people moving that way, and then the Langley came up. I was like, I like this thing. Let's just be a bit different. And I just had this thought in my mind that with the two doors, the door's always bigger, everything's bigger. So with the four-door, I just had a feeling we could probably get it a little bit lighter. I wanted things a specific way. You can't say a lot about, because the different people do things differently. It's like racing is like making a pot of food, in my opinion. Everyone can make curry, but it all tastes different. So when I got the car, I wanted BC coilovers, and I wanted certain things in the car that I wanted in. Yeah, we just kept on rolling forward, and as we find something, we see something, we tackle that. So every time it was just something new that comes up. Even to this point, we're still finding something new all the time.
Do you think you're a little bit of a fussy cat when it comes to your car? You like things a specific way?
100%. I have a bit of a problem there, where I wanted that a certain way. The engine must never be dirty. It must always be in tip-top shape.
I've got a call one night, and I obviously reacted, and Jody phoned me and he said, listen, I'm racing tomorrow, I don't have a front on my car. There's no lights, there's no grille, there's no bumper, there's nothing. Are you available? And I said yes. I asked him, when you're racing, is like tomorrow. I said yes. I looked at the time, it was about 6 o'clock the evening. I rushed through to his place and I sorted it out. I mean, 8 o'clock the next morning we were standing in scrutineering. We were ready to race.
At Killarney.
At Killarney. 2 weeks after that, we decided to journey to PE for the first time with a car. And I fell in love with the car immediately after the first event. And I've always told Jody, this is a 10-second car.
On the 16-foot.
Yeah, perfect.
Second gear shaft and traction is making its way to the tires.
I think at first he never believed me. He's like, no, we've got a far way to go for a 10-second car. I mean, if you look at it now, this car hasn't really been racing for 2 years straight. There's a lot of R&D that went into it. Well, last year we set out for most of half of the year. We set out and we redesigned the car. Basically made it stronger, changed the mounting setup, and focused on suspension, focused on safety, made a full cage, stuff like that. From there till now, I asked him that question again after Saturday's event. I asked him, so did you believe me when I said it was a 10-second call? I mean, we were overjoyed. There's no words that can explain how much passion goes into this car from myself, Jody, and all the other people that's supporting us.
Paint work was done by a good friend of mine, Corneille. He did the paint work on the car, did a brilliant job. He painted the inside and the out. Thank you, was a brilliant job. The suspension, like I said, we have BC coilovers front and rear. With the rear, we had to make boxes for the rear coilovers to work. At the bottom, we have the traction bars and the braces on the bottom. Engine is an engine built by Martin Brewer. It's a 90mm setup. From the bottom end, we have 90mm pistons in, tartan sleeves, eagle rods. On the top side, we have a set of Calford 184C cams. We're still on stock valves, and we run a Fueltech FT450. The crank is knife edged. The supporting mods is the thing we actually focused on the most, because as we learned and as we went through things and we learned, we found that the supporting mods is very important. So we have 16-volt battery and the water pump, the Mazia water pump. So the engine is beltless, so it helps. With the NA cars, we need to scratch every little kilowatt we can. Fuel pump, we have a Walden fuel pump in.
Upgraded fuel lines as well.
Yes, we have the braided hose fuel lines, and try to make everything FTF fittings. I think it's very important, to be honest with you. You can have the best engine. If the supporting mods isn't there to help that engine perform, you're always going to be on the back end of things, always struggling with this or that. So, and like I said, it's something I also learned going along. this doesn't work or that doesn't work. And then you find when you put the engine one side and you just focus around the engine, everything seems to work together pretty well.
What do you think you know focused on working on besides the engine for this to make like 100%? Which aspects of supporting ones?
Gearbox was, and I think any drag racer, no matter what power you make, if the gearbox is right, the car is right.
What gearbox?
So we drive with the K series. I think we're the first drag car in SA to run with the K series gearbox. We ride with a Cord gearbox in there, and it has done wonders. We used to use the SR gearbox, but we found we were breaking too many of them once we moved over to a twin pack clutch. So what we found was we were breaking the clutches, and then when we upgraded to the twin pack clutch, the SR boxes weren't lasting. I think we went through about 8 boxes, stripping third and fourth gears off. There was a lot of R&D because there was no template for us to go on. So there was a lot of R&D involved. So, but I mean, that's the thing in drag racing. Yeah, you do something, it's R&D, it's a lot of school fees, but once you get there, you're there.
So, in your opinion, the Honda Nissan merger worked? It didn't?
It worked, 100%. We shook hands long time ago. Honda Nissan, one thing, we shook hands long ago. So the front tires, we used to be on 23 813s. This event we moved over to a 24.5 M&H. And at the back we have M&H skinnies as well.
Braking setup?
So we have 2 liter from the STI. We incorporated the front braking setup here. The rear is still on drums, but we plan to change that now.
What do you mean drums?
It still has drums at the back, but the brakes still work. But it's been working, it's been stopping, but we just feel that it's time to move over to something a bit.
Drums is like a bit more heavier, right?
Yeah, it's a bit more heavy.
So this, you can put a light wheel.
Yes, no, there's a lot to do there. I mean, if you look at, in the weight aspect, like besides even the drums, we're still driving with a glass windscreen in and a couple of parts that we haven't even lightened or anything. So, like, I think those are the things we would like to focus on now. Just kidding.
Remove glass windscreen or always go glass?
No, I think we'll remove the glass now and put in like a Lexan window now. We haven't gotten to that yet. That's one of the aspects or one of the points that we plan to focus on next is the aerodynamics of the car. We haven't looked at it yet, so that is on the cards coming up, looking at the aerodynamics.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I was overwhelmed and I shed a tear a bit because like the proudness of my hand being involved in a 10-second car. 7 years ago to me that's unreal. It was a dream, and that dream has become reality on that day. And I saw that board and I saw the board said 10.59. I was amazed, and when I just took I just took a pause and I looked around me and I saw all the people cheering for this car that I was involved in. People shouting from the stands for me on the line. They told me it's gonna happen. They told me it's gonna happen. That was the most amazing feeling ever. When I was younger, I was very interested in racing. You know, everybody has situations in life that push them into different avenues, or you know, people find different perspective in life. But I chose to hold on to racing, and that is a passion for success. I would say for every little boy out there looking for something to cling to, I cling to racing. No matter what the problem was in my life at the time, I still found a passion in racing, and it motivated me to do better in life per se, in my job, with family, because that's where I found fellowship, or should I say that's where I found common ground, you know, moving forward. I don't run away from hard work. I mean, if I wasn't hardworking, this car, I don't think that I would be involved today. But my passion and dedication, I think Jody saw that in me from young already, or from the time we met, and he knew now this is my guy. Like, that's his words. He's like my man. I get calls. He's like, my man, we need to handle, and I tell him, handle. Of course, you know, tell me time and date, I'm there, boss. Yeah, it's just that it's exciting. I mean, we speak for hours on the phone, planning, and sometimes you go to the track, the car breaks, we can't rest. Me and Jody's on the phone for the whole week, if we have to be. My wife's like, when am I gonna get time with you? You know, but she understands.
How many kids do you have?
I've got 2 kids.
They know that
the father had a hand in building the fastest VVL in the country.
Yeah, my son is always excited. He's always like, Daddy, I saw you on a video on YouTube while I was scrolling, and I'll be like, son, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm not in it for the clout, but if you actually look and zoom into me on that video, you'll see the passion in my eyes after every run or on the day, you know. It's just all about like investing yourself and being dedicated to one thing and being loyal to one car, basically. You know, somewhere, like a lot of people build one car and then they don't want to be involved in this certain race crew anymore, and they move to the next one and the next one, and they try and find their way, but that's their way. But my way is just, you know, I'm invested into one car, and I see the goal from start and I see it through to the end.
Aspect between you, your builder, your tuner, and all the people around you in your circle helped get this car to where it is?
Sure, everyone that's around this car and supporting with this car has been such a blessing. You know, I wish it upon every drag racer that you have the support that we've had. I mean, we have JVS tuning the car, which he's a masterclass in his own. We have there's one rule. He'll tell me all the time. If I ask him about something, he'll tell me, I tune, you drive. And we stick to that. So when I'm done with the run, I get out of the car and he comes and he does his thing, and I don't ask anymore because he tunes, I drive. So the support that I've gotten from JVS, besides the tuning, the on-track support has been out of this world. I think that is one of the biggest things as a racer, coming to the track and having issues or anything like that. Your tuner is there. Like with me, my tuner is there and he's checking my logs and he's making improvements all the time, and he's there to lift me up. That has been a really big help. The builder, Martin, I'm in contact with him a lot of the times, and he's always willing to help, willing to give me some advice going forward, so that helps. My team, legends. Jaimee, my man, is with me every step of the way. The prep, the maintain. If people understood how much goes into this, we make lists of things that need to be done on the car, and we'll put that list like on a board and we'll tick it off. He is amazing. I have so much support around Cape Town, and MP, that's like another family on its own. Nazim from Nisma Performance, Christo, Engelbrecht, Cheston, Pulcher, Irfan. Those guys have helped me and supported me since day one, been in my corner, always pushing me ahead. My win is their win. So it's always been that way, that a win for me is a win for everybody. I call this the people's car. So when I win, it's like it's not just my win, it's all of our wins together.
I see the crowd reaction to you as well, and Kilani is, well, people scream when you come on the line. Kilani, it is the people's car.
Yeah, look, it's I'm having fun, and I'm just happy that other people are having fun too. And if we could put a smile on anyone's faces, I mean, that's an added bonus and another blessing. We can inspire someone else to do this, and just motivate people to go and chase their dreams and chase what they want. If I didn't mention your name and you helped me, thank you very much. So obviously JV is Jode van Schoor, Devlin, Dev Spec, Kyle, K-Speed, big shout out to Sean Zurich, helped me quite a lot with this car. And like I said, I mentioned earlier, Nazim, Christo, Cheston, Irfan. Last but not least, big shout out to Jaimee. And then and to my family that supports this sport that I do. And then also Swampy Detailing, always keeping the car clean. Aaron, thank you very much. Marcel, for always shouting the loudest in the crowd. I can sometimes almost hear you from inside the car.